behind over here.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Massey Bros Experience.
Yes.
How's it going out there? Let's see how many people we can get rolling in here. 5.
We got 5 viewers.
That's one more. Whoop, look at this guy. First day on the show, he's got his damn volume up.
Nice job, Batman.
I'm Batman. How's it going?
Oh, look at that guy!
Yeah!
Boom! That's how you start a show, boys and girls.
All right. I do want to do something real quick just so we can make sure we don't have any other technical issues. Obviously, our microphones work really nice.
Yep.
Tech test. Let's see if we can see the chat on that. Boom, right there. I see chat. And you see the chat over there. It's pretty quick, so that's pretty nice. So, you want me to just give like a small spiel of what I was kind of reaching out to you guys and seeing?
Yeah.
So, basically, if you're not aware of what Massey Bros is us 3. We're 3 brothers. I'm 43 and they are 36 now, 7 years younger. And I reached out to them. I said, hey, let's do something fun that we can do that's exciting, something that's positive, focuses on, not the negative stuff in life, but more on the positive stuff. Not make it about a rant or a debate of what's going on in life, but more about embracing what's going on, embracing the experience. So I said, hey, let's do a podcast. Let's do a live show. And we started on Facebook and probably stay here forever. And that way, when we can keep in contact with our friends and family this way as well. Because I would imagine eventually we'll end up seeing our mom and our friends kick in here. I expect the audience to have fun with us. If you want to be a smart aleck, do it. But number one rule is I don't want racism. I don't want hatred. I want it to be about positivity. And I think both you guys would express that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing here. And we're kind of playing a little bit of this by ear because I know these two haven't done anything like this, but they've done live feeds before. So they're familiar with being in front of the camera. So, and you've seen this guy ranting like crazy on his profile page. So,
Yep.
Hopefully we can bring that down an octave or 2.
Yeah, unfortunately I will try to reduce the F-bombs.
Yeah, the F-bombs is another thing that we're going to try to work really hard on is our language. We're going to try to make it to where if, as we grow an audience, if they're there with their family and they're chatting with us and got topics that we're talking about, they don't have to worry about putting earbuds in because F-bomb terrific over here is going. So, yeah.
We will bring up, we like to do in the future to bring up, some good topics. We don't want to go to the political side, but we do want to bring up, like, certain topics that's on the media side that might got brought up for country-wise or stuff of certain stuff, but we don't want to go into huge debates about it.
Correct. I think we all said, let's pick one hot button topic that's being talked about and just, offer our opinion, which is all it is, an opinion,
Right.
But we don't want to be a debate. You see that too much on the left and the right, and it's just, I don't know, we just want to go in the middle and keep it positive and embrace it and move that way.
I mean, we all see the stuff going on day in, day out, and we don't want to, we see it all the time as we go through our lives and everything, but we're trying to make this different, where you can have an alternative thing you could watch, instead of having to deal with that, because we deal with it every day. It's shoved in our faces all the time. So.
Yeah, it's even more with everything that is in our face. And there are a lot of shows like this out there, and it's a way that the 3 of us can do something together. And we actually had a family dinner. We made French bread pizza tonight, which that was something that came from our childhood. You go and get some French bread, put some tomato paste on it, and just put all your yummy stuff on there. And
$20 meal.
$20 meal. I think there's still like 5 more slices of bread down there. So It's probably not good, the bread.
Yeah.
As you can see, all of us are probably, if we end up
It's kind
speaking,
of overage.
if we keep speaking, I think in about an hour we'll be like getting our guts out because we won't be holding it in anymore.
Also, if you guys are watching these, and if you're not live or if it is live, try to keep an idea of the comments or something like that of something that you guys want us to talk about.
Yeah.
That will be helpful for us because we're going to be going through feeds of news stuff, and we don't want to be going through a lot of news feed, but like there's stuff in Indianapolis. I know I got a lot of friends from Indianapolis. If there's something that's over there and it's a good topic you guys want us to talk about, yeah, we'll be happy to spread it up here in Fort Wayne because I know there's a lot of stuff that's in Indianapolis that doesn't get brought up here in Fort Wayne. So
yeah, I mean that's the fun part too is learning. You guys get to learn more about us, and we get to learn about you. So that engagement is important. As I put in the description, speak out, speak up, talk about what you think is funny and not funny.
And if you got questions for us personally on what we're doing in life and things like that,
yeah, feel free to leave a comment while we're around here.
yeah, I mean, I'm an open book, so if someone wants to ask a question about something, I'll answer it pretty honestly. So
yeah, and that's the other thing. Like we each have our own hobbies and interests, and there might be expertise that we're good at, and that might be something that you go, man, that'd be great to talk. I'm glad Jason brought that up, or Mike, or I can reach out to that guy personally in a PM and say, man, I really did need some help in that. Can you can connect and learn more about it?
Well, personally, we're all gamers. Jason and I are probably in the computer field wise. We can pretty much talk about that. Networking and anything from cable TV to pretty much all that
That's a good
stuff.
lead. Go ahead and talk about
You guys are welcome to, bring a comment up and say, hey, you know what, I'm having troubles with my Wi-Fi at home. Leave a comment and then, or just leave what's going on. Or private message me later on or something like that, and I'll be happy to help. Especially with computers and stuff like that. I do know building a computer is cheaper than going to Best Buy and buying one. Anytime you go to a store and you buy one, 9 out of 10 times I can probably buy it and make it cheaper than they actually when you bought it for.
Yeah, you can buy the components. No one's got components in stock anymore now. It seems like
Exactly.
pain in the ass.
Once this whole building mask part finish up, it is cheaper to build it. So
I think a lot of times people get scared to build their own computer, and it's not hard. I mean,
yeah.
I taught my girlfriend how to do it, Elena, how to do it. Hi behind the scenes.
Yeah, Elena's behind the scenes. She's making sure that everything looks good over there, chilling out.
How many viewers? Up to 6 now. It looks like Matthew Maple and Philip Fisher,
Some of my friends, and I think you guys remember Matt.
Yeah.
It's that
Christmas thing.
yeah, the Christmas. He's Mr. Christmas.
Yeah, if you guys ever do anything or have go to Fort Wayne and you're in the area during Christmas time, which he usually puts on his page when he starts doing the whole thing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But he has been on national news. Was that the national news that he was on?
No, he was a local news.
Or was that local news?
Yeah, it's local.
Okay, so local news, he was actually
One day he'll be on national.
Yeah, one
Maybe
day.
you'll be able to see his house from space.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Elon Musk will be calling from Mars saying, "Hey, can you tell Matthew Maple to turn that down? It's a little bright up there."
It's a little bright up there. We're trying to sleep. So
I only did that to see if he'd make a comment. So, yeah, go on a little bit more about yourself. So, I mean, you don't have to describe where you work, but you obviously said you're in the tech area.
I'm
But
pretty
you're in
much in the tech
entertainment.
field and entertainment field,
Yeah.
such as of installing
Not mail damage or stuff.
TVs.
Entertainment, right?
Unfortunately not.
Okay.
Because a
Fortunately,
lot of
yes.
girls do not want to see the non-6-pack that I used to have back in the day.
Yeah.
And I might come back. I am working out, so you guys might see later on during the podcast.
You're working out too.
Yes, working out and drinking beers. See, two of these guys have beer bellies. This guy here is only food.
Talk about
And
Taco Bell.
and Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, if you're listening,
Yes,
your sponsor
yes.
right here.
Your sponsor's right here. Yeah. But
What else
yeah,
do you get into?
like I said, computers is pretty much one thing. Hunting, fishing. I do get into basketball. I do coach the local basketball team here, Northrop, and Betty Bryce.
Oh, Bryce, one of
Can I
my
have a beer?
former coworkers. What's up, Bryce?
He's gonna have a beer. Is that okay, Matt?
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Yeah,
Drink
She'll
one
be able
for
to
me.
see it there too.
Okay,
Comment
that's right.
section. So
Yeah, drink one for me too, bud.
Just bring it up this way.
Well, yeah, the pretty much the computers I do.
what about your RC car stuff, man?
RC car, yeah.
I saw a couple of
I got a couple RC cars. There's a couple of them that I want to basically modify. They got them for Christmas presents a long time ago, and they just don't work, so I'm planning on modifying. There's just one of those big four-wheel drive.
The one you had was like this tall. It was
Yeah.
like,
That's
like
huge.
holy cow.
Yeah. Yep, swap motor out and stuff,
Yeah.
transmission in it. So, it should look pretty cool once I get done with it. But,
All right, so PC guy, this is your PC guy. If you want to know PC information or networking,
oh, the basketball local team. Yes, basketball local team. That's what we're talking about.
Right.
The local basketball team I do is the Brewers, Northrop. So hopefully we're going to win this season.
if you guys
But-
actually play basketball.
Exactly.
True.
We play. we do have practices, so we've already done the whole practice thing. A lot of stuff I can't really
Yeah, of course.
inform you guys of what's going on, but a lot of family members on that end already know what's going on and what we have to procedures we have to follow.
Yeah.
But we are practicing. We got a lot of kids that we've told them you have to do a summer sport or more or less fall sport, I guess, because we're in fall.
Yeah.
But they have to do a fall sport before they can play basketball. So
Which is a-
obviously,
which is a winner.
obviously, you know, I did put my 2 cents of telling people to run cross country, but you know, a lot of them are like, "No, we got to do tennis." No, do cross country.
All right.
So.
What about you?
I work in the home improvement field. I do most of that most of the time. When I don't, I'm doing gaming with my brothers and my girlfriend. On the side, I do some woodworking stuff.
Yeah, I saw a
landscaping.
picture of the table you and
Yeah, we made
laminated.
a
It's pretty
herringbone
sweet.
table. It's a funny story about that. We were building it, and I didn't look at the
Speak up a little bit.
I didn't look at the measurements right, and it was supposed to be 7 foot, and yeah, it was too big for our lit inside the kitchen. It looked like a Vikings table.
Really?
So we went from 7 foot to 4'8".
Oh, so you gotta cut it down.
Oh my
That's
god!
hilarious.
But it still looks really nice.
No, it looked cool in
Yeah.
the picture. It looked really
Yeah, it
nice.
looks-
Yeah, but my shed's better though.
Huh?
My shed is better
The
though.
shed that, the
Oh,
shed
yeah,
that you
the
made.
shed.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
pretty badass. That's cool. What other things?
Other hobbies would be car stuff. I'm really huge into Subarus. I thank my brother for that one. Started off with him, and then now all 3 of us have Subarus.
Yeah.
So other than that, that's pretty much it. So.
Well, I mean, you haven't done it in a while, but hunting and fishing.
Yes,
you're
hunting and fishing
Huge
and-
outdoorsman. I mean,
Yeah, I've almost accomplished every weapon for using to take a deer. So
A buck.
yeah, buck.
Yeah,
wise.
buck-wise.
Yeah.
Almost you're like 1 or 2 away from.
Recurve is one I haven't done yet, and I think that's it. That's the
Yeah.
last one. So
yeah, I remember when you were living with us, you had all those trophy, the bucks, in there. I was like, man, geez, ow. Yeah, it was definitely something Dad would have been super proud of. But yeah, PC gaming, you definitely do a lot of that. For
I
sure.
built my own computers and stuff. I've had help from the guys.
We
'cause I
built
don't-
it.
Yeah.
I'm
We
just
did.
Yeah.
No, he's got a pretty awesome Subaru though. He's got a pretty neat little setup there. Sorry for the background noise. We are downtown Fort Wayne, so
Yep.
if you do hear the car traffic, that's going to happen every once in a while. So, but
Yeah, this is all new for me. With my field, I mean, I deal with lots of people day in, day out, and do meetings and talk to people,
manage people,
manage
yeah.
people. So, I mean, I'm used to talking to people, but this is on a little bit different scale. It's actually good for me. So,
yeah, cool.
New for me part of this part, but having conversations is not really for my job. I have a conversation pretty much every customer. I hear from anything of topic wise. It gets brought up, and obviously I have to have a blind ear on the conversation
A
because
deaf ear?
I can't.
deaf ear?
Deaf ear.
Blind,
Blind eye, deaf ear.
I guess deaf ear.
Yeah.
We'll go with deaf.
I
ear.
don't think you see with your ears.
You could. could.
I don't think.
Because what is it?
Unless
What does a
if
blind
I pop
person
my
do?
eye out and give it to you.
Well, it's like that
Yes.
thing when you're driving, you turn your radio down so you can see better.
Yes.
Yes.
Turn your radio down so you can
But-
see better.
But you
Yes.
gotta think, if someone was blind, their ears are their eyes.
Okay.
That's
Just
funny.
like their dogs
You know,
are their eyes.
I mean,
Anyways,
if you really
see-
want to get deep with it, that is true.
Yeah.
See?
We get really deep in the woods there, guy. Okay.
But I have to basically have a deaf ear on the conversation. It's kind of hard. I have to keep my topic away from
Your
company.
opinion, your opinion is a result of the company's
Exactly.
opinion.
Yeah.
So a lot of the conversations, but there's a lot of topics that a lot of people talk, and it's something that I can easily be involved with, and then try to keep from getting myself in trouble.
Yeah.
So, Jace, what do you talk about? You?
So I like to get in all kinds of stuff. Sometimes I have too many irons in the fire, and
Really?
yeah. Recently, the last 3 years, I've really, probably more than that, probably almost 5. I've really just pulled back. What the hell?
You're even further than that.
No, it's only been, it's been at least 4 years. 2016, I was the solo director in the race club.
Yeah.
So 4 years after that, I just I turned it all off. I walked away, even from photography. I just kind of turned everything off, went and got a day job and just chilled. And I don't know, just gradually kind of pulling back in little things that I can do 1 or 2 things. I think when you start getting more than too many things, you're not doing great at one thing. You're doing just okay at everything. And I think this is something that I really like engaging with people, and I really like this kind of entertainment. Troy Bassett, what's going on, Troy?
How you going, Troy?
You probably know Troy.
I don't know Troy.
If I had a photo of Troy, I could probably.
Let's see.
I'm better of a photo guy, which his pictures.
Ah, Troy, it's Dover.
Dover!
Oh, I just call him Dover.
Yeah.
See, Dover, you need to change your name to officially Dover. You go to a license branch and just say, "I want my name Dover."
And
You can legally do that.
I know you can.
You could
You
So
can
I
change
said
it
for
right
you to do
now.
it.
change yours to Ratnica.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, about me, I'm the oldest of these guys. I still act probably the least mature sometimes. I said least mature. But I really like engaging with people. I really like public speaking is always something I've tried to really get more involved in. Having my right eye is artificial, so a lot of times I'm always self-conscious about where my eye's looking. So that's not something I spend a lot of time in. So doing this more is important to me, and I don't know. I just like having in-depth conversations with people. I mean, I can see this show growing into where we have a guest in here. We have a nice desk. Like I can just see this. I vision so many steps ahead that I gotta actually reel it back and slow down. But I like marketing. I like photography. I love racing. I love driving out of control, but in control. So
You
it's
usually do that anyways when you're driving to work.
no, I drive fairly responsible at work because I don't know. I just don't.
Fortunately, some
back in the
people-
day, probably not. Yeah. I really love video gaming. That's something that it's fun. Troy is one of these guys that we met online, so you meet your people that way. I'm in the middle of with other people putting together a Subaru car that's going to be fun and entertaining to drive. And PC building. Tech stuff. Some of the stuff up here is going to change as we grow and do things, but and then I like enlightening conversations. I like right now we're engaging with a few that are watching now, but when this is done, other people might watch this and have things to say. I really like that. I listen to a lot of podcasts when I'm at work. Everybody from Tim Ferriss to Joe Rogan's to you listen to Jocko. He spends a lot of time on YouTube. So
hey, YouTube is just so open because you get.
That's
YouTube
how I watch.
Still blocks a bunch of stupid stuff. Yes, I know that.
But I watch Joe Rogan off of YouTube.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, Elena says you're really involved with your son, which is true.
That is my family is super important to me. They always say don't talk about the what are the big sins to not talk about when you're out in parties? Religion, politics, and there's another one. I don't remember what it is, but usually it's three
Sex
of them.
life?
Religion and politics is a big
Hey
one.
Google, can you look it up?
Yeah,
Yeah, hey Google.
that should be his screen name. Is Hey
What
Google.
are the 3 topics you can't say?
Yeah, but family is super important to me.
Hey,
I
I do know that, and I tell every kid that even when I go for practices for basketball, that knowledge is a blessing. You guys got to be lucky that we have Google now, because when we grew up,
Google's Mike's best friend.
yes, because when we grew up, there was no Google.
Yeah.
You had to go and find an encyclopedia to look up what you wanted to look up, and the majority of the time, who actually went to the damn library to go and look that up?
A lot of people did because they knew they had to.
Yeah. But I mean, but if you live out in the country and the library is closed,
Yeah.
so now, because now World Web is so around us now that knowledge is there. So for people that are right now that say that, well, I can't get a good education, that is a lot of BS. Because
Well, you can get a bad education from places, but
yes,
you have
but
to have.
but at the same time, the effort is there. You just have to have the effort to look for it.
Yeah.
Because if you have internet, and even if you didn't have internet,
Then
there's
everybody
still
has
places
internet.
that you can go to. If you get a phone, if you can afford a phone, you have
the
internet.
devil's advocate. Not everybody has a phone.
Everybody does have a phone now.
Kinda.
Even the older people, even the senior citizens have a phone. But you still have Google, and you
But
can
they don't
really,
say Google on it.
Yeah, but
No.
what if someone has,
You can use
a
Bing.
jitterbug?
you can use Bing.
Yeah. What about that guy
That
that's
big phone, it's like this big and it has
yeah,
big
that
buttons.
that guy that's been on I swear to God, he's a vampire. He's got to been. I think he was born in the I don't know, 20. I don't know,
20.
whatever. He was born a long time ago. He's on all these shows. He was on the murder mystery.
Oh,
thing.
you mean that guy? Yeah.
Yeah, the jitterbug.
Yeah,
guy.
his
Now he's a jitterbug guy.
Because that was the guy did the 911 thing.
I will say this: it is getting warm right now.
I know.
Yeah, it is getting warm.
I told you not to.
If I
that
turn-
shop light, I guarantee you was putting a lot.
You know what? We're going to do a little bit of a test. I am going to turn the AC on. I'm going to put it on low, and we'll see how much that changes the audio. Because that's what this is about. It's about messing up. It's about being messy and getting dirty. Who else we got in here? Kelly Bremer. So I work with Kelly.
Nice.
He's the one. This guy is an amazing artist. So on Instagram, if you look up, it might be his name. Maybe you can chime in, Kelly, since a lot of people don't get to see who's viewing. But if you can chime in, plug your Instagram page. His stuff is super awesome.
Yeah, throw it in the comment, man.
Yeah,
Throw it in the comment page.
Throw your where to and go to.
Yeah.
This guy is.
Because I
He did
people are gonna see
he
this,
did an Indy
so.
500 poster, which is oh god, it was so cool. But yeah, so that's a little intro about us. It's kind of messy. It wasn't we're not going to be super strict, but we will have a little bulletin of things that we do want to try to bring up, things that interest us. That's positive. Like I said, we're not here to debate or try to browbeat any of this. We want to be an outlet of enlightenment and fun times and just a place to chill.
And don't forget, if any topic that we bring up, you can still Google it.
Wow.
I mean, if somebody does want to debate something, though, let's do it in a professional manner.
Yeah,
for
debate's
adults.
good.
Yes.
I'm not saying I don't want to debate anybody.
Yeah.
I just don't want them to think, oh, we came to the Massey Bro experience and all we hear is a bunch
Politics.
of this
That's
side or
everything.
that side politics.
Yeah.
And that's
Right
not
down
what
the middle. So.
this is not what that show is about. This show is about, hey, guess what we went today, we learned this, or today I
We might
experienced
enlighten
this.
you on certain topics.
And you will enlighten
that
us
might
on
bring
topics
up.
that we would
Exactly, and that's what I wanted you guys to do. If you guys can, put a comment of any topic.
find. And
Because
as
I
we
know
go
you
through,
guys got topics.
well, and
There's so many topics that we can't actually catch. And I went and Googled one just topics to bring up, and it came up 100 of them. And I'm like, are you serious? It's like that's a lot of topics to go through. So we glanced through some stuff that we might bring up in the next time we go
I'm
on.
going to look at the camera.
Sorry, I was reading the comment that came down.
Oh, this is going to be
every Friday thing.
great point, Bryce.
Matt,
So-
Well, that's going to vary.
Matt,
If you know this guy and know his schedule, that's what we kind of decided.
It's going to be at least once a week.
So
He works
if
about
you want to
6
know when it comes on, message this guy.
No. That's the wrong information. You were leaded wrong by Google. You should have learned better. So how you will find out about the show is he's going to give us a heads up. Hey, I've got this day off next week, and then on our Massey Bro page here, I'll send out a big blast and say, hey everybody, get ready. This is the day we're going to do our next show, and we're gonna, and we're hoping that we take whatever was discussed in topics or like conversations. We can be able to go and maybe do some some research.
Yes.
Someone says, hey man, you should check this out. This will be a fun topic. Then we can spend that week getting ready. But we're gonna try to do it weekly, and as we grow,
we might be able to do more.
Might be able to do it twice a week or 3 times a week. But a lot of it's going around his schedule. I'm a Monday through Friday off at 4:30 guy. He works
at 6:30.
He works
4 days.
the later part of the week, but he's off at 6:30, and then he's in retail. So retail is whenever the manager needs to work, he works. So, but a great question, Bryce. I mean, that's super important. We're definitely gonna do it once a week. It's definitely gonna be a once a week thing. And it's great is like having that pizza today, like doing a family dinner. We can sit down as brothers and bring their significant others and just chill out and have a
That's a big thing people don't do anymore.
And it's true. I mean, and a lot of it's. I mean, families are smaller. They're not big like they used to. There are still bigger families, but I think a lot of it just
culture.
Yeah,
It's all a
lot. I mean, we've turned into a lot of working people.
Yes.
So, but what did you have on your little agenda sheet there?
All right. So, something I had found I thought was interesting is the new 2021 Ford Bronco is an arch rival to the Jeep Wrangler, and everybody knows who the Jeep Wrangler is. Bryce is huge about Jeep.
I didn't know they were rivals.
Yeah.
I didn't know the Bronco and the Jeep Wrangler.
I thought they were more.
If you think about, they're on the same.
They're on the same path and
same
off-road
platforms.
I just didn't.
I was thinking the Bronco and Explorer.
You got Ford that's got the Bronco. Jeep's got their Jeep. And then Chevy's got, I guess, the Blazer, but it's really
careful, buddy.
Off-road thing.
Oh boy, here we go. All right,
so basically, what Ford had the Bronco, and then they had the Explorer. So why have both?
So the Explorer is actually a bigger SUV.
Or is the
Bronco is a 2-door
Blazer? Suppose maybe you could keep the Suburban then.
Yeah, the Suburban and the
Explorer and Suburban.
Yeah, because they were a bigger vehicle. Yeah.
So the interesting part of it is, since they're arch rivals, Ford got with Goodyear. Ford got with Goodyear and told them to ask them if they would remove the Wrangler part of it because of Jeep Wrangler that's how far it goes with the rival. So next year when that comes out in the first quarter, it's going to be it'll have Goodyear on it, but Wrangler will be removed from the side of the tire. So you'll have a Goodyear Wrangler tire, but you're not going to have
the wording Wrangler
on it. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
And some of the cool features I saw on it, price point they're saying it's supposed to start at $30,000, which is anymore. I mean, you think about it, that's about the average car for this time. I mean, in 2000.
It looks great. I mean, one of these days when we become super high tech, we can actually put an image of what we're talking about.
Yes.
But you could always use Google and type in 2021 Ford Bronco and see what we're talking about. So
another interesting thing they were talking about. It has 2 different motor sizes: a 2.3 liter inline 4 that's going to have a turbo, or you go up to the twin turbo. It is a 2.7 liter V6 twin turbo, and the twin turbo is supposed to be 310 horsepower.
What's the big motor that's in the Ford right now, like the high horsepower motor? What's in the Mustangs? Because
the biggest one is a diesel.
I'm not talking that. I'm talking the national aspirated, or I'm talking gas powered turbo. I know the Ford GT has twin turbo V6.
Yeah.
So everybody's pissed off. Oh, you should have put a V8 in it.
I think isn't it like a 3.6?
I'm not sure. I know it's just twin turbo. I know that.
What's the GT90?
That's
not the concept one. They had one with the GT. I can't think of it.
The Ford GT is the new one that they brought out, and that's a twin turbo V6.
But what would be the next bigger engine that Ford has? I wonder. That's in the truck, like the truck line. If you could, like, what would be the motor swap? Like the 5.0 is like I always think of when the Mustangs do the 5.0 swap. What would they swap in that? Because now you're seeing a lot of these guys, like Jeep brought out that Gladiator truck Jeep thing, and it's got the Dodge Hemi motor in it. It's like supercharged. I wonder what would be the big dog motor that people would want to swap on that thing.
For Ford?
I don't know if Ford's in
Raptor.
Yeah,
It's
Raptor
a
motor.
6.4 liter.
And imagine that, put it in the Bronco. That would be, because you know they always do that. The first year they bring out kind of like that. Let's see how it feels, how it tastes, and then the next year it's like, hey, guess what? We just put 800 horsepower in this thing, and then you're like, holy cow.
Here in town, there's a guy that has basically a Ford F-150 that says Tonka on the back of it. And it's yellow.
Isn't that like a package?
Yeah, it's an actual package you can get.
It's expensive, I thought, too.
It was like $110,000 for this truck.
Could you imagine $110,000 so it's
The horsepower goes to the 700 range. It's in Hellcat range right there.
This is a Dodge?
No, this is the Ford F-150. Yeah.
And
Ford F-150, man, their line has been there for years.
Yeah, the
They haven't
Raptor.
changed.
The Raptor is a pretty amazing vehicle. I think it's been around since 2005, and they keep developing it.
Because you know the Ford is the one that basically, you know, you put holes in through your bed when you throw your full tool chest full of tools in the back of it, because you know you can't throw that in the back of Chevy without actually putting a big gash in it. Yeah. If you guys ever watched that commercial, it has been debunked. It's pretty
I
funny.
think that's neat about Jeep is like they're all the same. Like for a long
Yeah.
time,
They
built that.
That culture's huge.
Yeah, the Willie.
Because that was-
the Willies are like a big culture for sure. My buddy Pat from work is big into it. He's got that old one.
Was that one where they started the Jeep? Or one? Or was it?
It was World War II.
I don't like some of it.
I know it was in Vietnam, but I don't know
I don't know what more. About
where they started. Because they started producing a bunch of them.
I believe
Because it was able to go over mountains and all that fun stuff.
I'm sure Bryce would be able to tell us.
Probably so.
He was CD.
Yeah,
And
to
the
say he would know when the Jeep was introduced. If he's a Jeep fan and he's military, he knows when when the Jeeps came to play.
Because
And
back in the day, it was the same with the motorcycles. They used motorcycles as your craft.
there we go. The get up and go on my new Jeep is impressive. I bet it is. Now, I wonder if Bryce, you have the standard two-door, or did you go and spend some money on the Gladiator? Because one of the gaming streamers that we followed had a Gladiator, and that thing looks crazy. I mean, it looks legit. I mean, it don't look like I don't know. It looks like a fun vehicle, especially when it becomes. What I always found the most impressive part about Jeeps is how you can turn it into open air everything.
Oh yeah.
But what I'm always fearful about an open vehicle like that is like
Smash, crack.
no, I'm more fearful about, okay, what did I leave in here or can
Oh, yes,
in a parking lot?
yes.
Like, someone might steal my shit. You know?
Well,
Yes.
we had
Two-door.
in my previous jobs, we had a guy that had a Jeep, and he was in the military and everything, and he left his top off and it rained. Well, there's holes in the Jeep that let it rain.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
And the seats are, if I recall, the seats are supposed to be able to withstand weather, not like cold weather, but withstand actual weather, and then you can and stuff because they're meant to be having open.
All right, Troy says military used a Ford Jeep look-alike. They had to change a few visual things like the grill slot design. All right, yeah. You remember when Jeep made the Cherokee and they came out with they had that slot design on the Cherokee, and then somewhere like
people driving those today.
well, I know that, but like I'm talking about the newer Cherokee with it, like they kind of they had that clean design. Then the Hummer came out.
Oh.
And then they did kind of the same thing. Remember they had that big lawsuit that Jeep was like super pissed off, like fix your stuff. You copied us, like yeah, that was a funny situation.
Well, yeah, the Hummers are nice. That'd be one of the things that'd be really nice to have.
And you keep a sponge in the Jeep too. That's hilarious. That's awesome. All right, well that's cool. It'd be neat. I seen the photos. I follow Ken Block on Instagram, and I seen like he's like already.
Well, he's huge in the Ford.
Yeah, he's already got one in line, and it looks like it's gonna be crazy. And I don't know if you like Ford vehicles, Ken Block's page is something to check out because he is building some crazy stuff.
Unless you're a Chevy guy and they basically say, well, Forger basically keeps your tools from rusting. That's the always good comment. That
just don't get in that trap. Remember, positivity.
Yes.
Positivity.
We're on the positive.
Yeah, you can have your branding, that's for sure. I mean, that's what makes us different, you know?
Yeah.
That's
Everybody
why
has their own things.
That's why I like wearing shirts that the brands I like, but yeah. Ford, okay, what's this guy here? Troy says, Ford GT is what it is called. The GPW. We'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
I've
I've never heard of that one.
never heard of it either. I would pull it up.
This is the military one?
Yeah, that's what Troy was saying. He was saying that Ford built a Jeep look-alike, and it was called the GPW.
Huh.
So.
That's cool.
What was your other topic?
So another topic, with everything going on with where movie theaters are not open and everything, Netflix has finally started opening up and talking about their business and what people are watching and viewership and everything. And some of these, I mean, you're talking like 99 million.
Yeah, I want to look at this list. So, like, Extraction is a movie on Netflix.
That movie's awesome.
There was 99 million people, or 99 million views, or no, I would guess views.
Yeah.
So it had 99 million views. That looks like the top one.
That's a wild movie.
Bird Box. Ugh,
That's
God.
the one with.
I was getting super annoyed after a while.
It's where you know what? See the ghost and stuff.
Here's the thing about Bird Box. Bird Box a movie annoyed me so much. It's almost like us having to wear a mask for COVID. It's almost similar. Like I was super annoyed with the blindness. You can't see anything
because you couldn't
now
see
you
this.
got, so yeah, it's about the same. Spencer Confidential, never watched that. 85 million.
6 Underground.
6 Underground. That's
that movie.
Funny.
Oh, is that the one with the Deadpool guy?
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. Yes, yes.
That is a good.
I watched that. It was an awesome movie.
I don't think a lot of people will get that, but the 83 million views. That's a lot of views. Murder Mystery.
That's got Adam Sandler.
That's a funny ass movie.
That's awesome.
I love all Adam Sandler movies.
Yes.
Even the ones that can't even play today. Like you can play them today, but you can't make the movies he made in the 90s. There's no way. The Irishman. Yeah, that was. I never watched that. I didn't watch that. That's that is that's got I can't think of the guys' names. Triple Frontier.
That one's got Ben Affleck in it.
Yep, That's actually a good movie. The Triple Frontier, how he has the.
You don't spoil it for people that probably haven't watched it.
That's
a good movie.
It's a good one.
It's a good movie.
It's a twister for sure. The Wrong Missy. Oh my God!
I haven't watched that.
Oh,
you need to watch that?
You need to watch.
Okay.
The Wrong Missy is so funny. David Spade is hilarious.
Wait,
I thought.
Yes, we have seen. Yes, we have.
It's so funny.
Because we were like, this looks like an odd movie at first, and then we started watching it like,
David
cool.
Spade.
Yeah.
I think I've seen it.
Yeah,
I know I've seen David Spade. I'm trying to think if I've seen the movie.
Yeah,
you need to watch
The Wrong Missy is hilarious.
He was saying yes about
the video. Okay. All right. The Platform. I don't know what The Platform is.
I haven't watched
56 million people watched that one, and then The Perfect Date. I'm trying to think. I think I saw that one. The Perfect Date. I don't think I have.
I haven't seen that one either.
48 million. Man, that's a lot. So like.
That's a lot of movies that I have not seen. Now these are all Netflix movies.
These are Netflix
that they've produced.
I believe some of these are.
Some of them are.
I mean, Netflix is big now about.
Oh, I know they've done their own producing now. So
I'm not sure where that sound came from.
Came from your phone.
Came from this phone?
Yeah.
I have that turned off.
Sure you did. But yeah.
There we go. Another interesting topic. The move over law. Starting Sunday the 9th through the 25th, Indiana and Ohio will be putting a lot more officers out to look at that situation because people are doing it.
Yes. Yes. Trust me. If they're not doing it, it's getting irritating.
So what all's on your notes on
So they talked
about. So you
said
the 9th of August.
The 19th of July through the 25th.
So that's the Sunday.
Yeah. So the state troopers.
This state and then Ohio,
Kentucky.
Yeah, I got more states here.
Yes.
Kentucky, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia heard about what Indy and Ohio were doing, so they stepped in and they're like, hey, we want to be part of this.
So it's going to be huge.
So this is a scary statistic. Between 1997 and 2019, 150 Leos were killed by a person driving past as they got someone pulled over. Or
Leo?
Law enforcement officer.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Leo.
150 over a 10-year span, 20-year span?
Yeah. I mean, that shouldn't be a statistic.
That's just a police officer.
It's just common sense.
That's not adding your construction worker, utility workers.
Yeah.
I know on my ends, there's been utility workers have been literally been ran over. Their foot's gotten ran over because they basically they want to run through the cones, and which I don't understand. But
what's your other note there?
So that talked about like what he was saying: the fire trucks, ambulances, road crew workers, tow trucks. There's actually a series, I can't remember if it's on Netflix or Hulu, that is up in Canada on some of the busiest highways in North America, and these guys are probably this far from cars driving past at ridiculous speeds, and I mean they've had tow truck drivers that had died from it. So
tow truck drivers.
So this Sunday is the start of if you're not moving the hell out of the way in the left lane,
you're supposed to move over and slow down.
The officers that what I've heard was that they will be on the left or they'll be on the right. So just keep off this thing. Which this thing, just to let you guys know,
the phones.
They are going to start looking for this as well. So if you're on this, good luck on the $500 fine, because that's what this is actually will get you, is a $500 fine. And then plus the fine of not getting over. So you're going to have a nice hefty ticket by the end of the night. But they will be on the left and the right hand side. Just got to look for the hazard lights. As soon as you see those lights, be prepared to move over to the left or move to the right. Depends on what.
So are there people? So I'm trying to get a grasp of the move over lane. So for me, I think when you said that, I initially thought if you're staying in the left lane, you're not talking about the left lane. You're just talking about the move over lane is for police officers.
If an officer is on the right-hand side, got someone pulled over.
That's what you mean.
Yes.
Move over lane.
Over.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
I misunderstood in the beginning. So I just want to make sure I got that. So I got the move over lane means if I'm driving up and I see the woo woo woo, or if I see construction or any of those guys, get over to the left lane, or if they're on the right side, get over to the right lane. Try to give, and which, quite honestly, if I remember correctly, and maybe driver's ed in 1992 was the time that I took that. I thought it stated that when an emergency vehicle is on the right, on one side or the other, that you give them space.
Correct.
And it's always really like we got one.
It's been a law for a while.
We have one of our friends. He's a truck driver, and they're always looking far ahead because they're carrying 100,000 pounds of weight. So they're always looking way ahead. So they would get very frustrated. Make sure that when you're getting around that truck, or just stay behind that truck to where he can see you in the mirrors, because they don't want to be driving inches away from somebody on the side of the road, whether it be law enforcement or emergency vehicles or just somebody trying to change a damn tire, because that sucks. I remember one time, when we lived up in Angola.
Thank you, Bryce.
I will look for you guys next week. Awesome, Bryce. Appreciate you, buddy.
Sweet.
I remember I was on the side of the road. It's pouring down rain. My tire blew out, and I was trying to put a spare on. And it was like, zoom, zoom. I was scared.
Oh, I've had that happen on 69.
That's what I was. 69 is
I did that when I was
They
working for
weren't
security. It was late at night. It was downpouring rain, and all of a sudden I had a flat tire, and I'm like, well, crap. So I basically had, with working for security, I had the bright flashlight. So I sat there with a bright flashlight, put it right there. Every time when they come, and I flashed it and say, hey, get over, because I got over as far as I could, because on the road I was on was almost like a bridge kind of thing. So they had the rollover ravine kind of thing. So if you obviously veered off the side of the road, you're not going into the ditch.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get any farther over. So
all right, so get over lane. If you're not getting over, you're going to
be mindful for semis.
Be
mindful for semis. If you go in the right lane, and yes, officers know that if you can't get over,
slow down.
You have to slow down. You have to at least indicate that you are slowing down and knowing that they're there. And just to let you know, if you see the lights ahead of you, doesn't mean that they have someone in front of them. They're actually trying to catch you guys doing this. So if you guys see them, they're there to catch you. So.
And they kind of tie into that. Now that we're getting back into school season and everything.
Oh yes.
And there were so many kids
getting run over
and people
hitting
going
buses.
by school buses and stuff.
Yep.
Don't be one of those people. Stop.
Yeah.
5 minutes isn't gonna make that much of a difference.
Nope.
5 minutes makes a difference to someone that just got hit.
Well,
So the law is you stay behind the school bus, you wait until they're done, and then I saw too many times here in town where
Yeah.
people were getting mad and flipping off bus drivers.
Yep.
I mean,
I
it's
think a lot of that comes down to is, and you hate to make an excuse for it, but you come down to like just not planning ahead.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot. I mean, in life, there's a lot of people that do plan ahead, and there are people that don't.
Double lane
like
roads.
hearing about that lady that just dropped her kids off and then was driving by and skipped around that bus and ran those kids over, and she got. I don't know what the outcome of that was. I don't remember what it was, but I know
I believe she has.
there was definitely some jail time out of that.
Yes.
So
I believe there was jail.
yeah,
well, they
that's-
said she was doing like 70, 80 mile an hour.
yeah. So yeah, that sucks.
And then I've been on that road where that took place, and there shouldn't be any reason why she was going that fast.
Yeah.
And double lane roads. Double lane roads
Yeah,
are the only
regardless.
one that is basically an exception of the whole stopping is when it's a highway that's actually is divided highway.
2 lanes.
I
2
mean,
lanes, 3
if
lane.
the bus stops over here,
Express
these
lanes.
cars here are allowed to go.
Correct.
But if you're going, saying Clinton, it's double lanes right there, right where like AutoZone and Burger King and all that.
Yeah, all traffic
That's-
has to stop.
all
Everybody
trucks
has to
stop.
stop. I don't know how many times I've drove to work. There's a bus that stops right here. Everybody in this road is still going.
Yeah.
If they're not going, these people on this left in the left lane going by the bus.
But hey,
No,
just
it's
so you
on that
know, I
side.
mean, Fort Wayne community only has kids going back to school like 1 or 2 days a week, so just
Yes.
gotta be mindful of those days.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
See here, Elena says, especially with the FTW city buses, be careful. I've seen many bus drivers sit and wait for guests to cross the street in front of them.
That's true.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
true.
that is true.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, City Link and I don't get along. I've almost gotten killed multiple times by bus driver number 4. Bus driver number 4. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're reading
About
this
ran me off the
podcast,
road.
this guy is about to knock you out.
No, I don't like Positivity. Positivity.
Okay, we're positive that
No.
he's going to
There's
enter
no
a
knock
fist.
out.
Next topic.
Next topic. Getting off.
So I saw this funny comic that was on Facebook. I mean, everything's on Facebook anymore. It was interesting. It showed this comic book thing, and it showed husband and wife in bed, and the husband says good night, and then the wife says good night, and then you see this like Z's, like he fell asleep like instantly, and then you see her be like, oh, how do you do this? Like Elena talks about that all the time because like as soon as my head hits the pillow, I'm out. So
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else is like that. But
I have I have an on-off switch for sure. Like I'm up and then I'm off.
Yeah.
I don't have. I think the fastest. I never used to be like that. I think the way that it's done, and I don't think it's only men that do that, because I'm sure it made it look like a husband-wife situation. And it could be vice versa. I'm pretty sure women can do that. But I find myself to do 2 mental things. The first one is I don't look at my phone before I go to bed. I don't look at anything before bed. I just go to bed. I don't think about what I'm going to do tomorrow. I know that rest is what I need to be thinking about, so I go to bed and sleep. And then when I get up, I don't look at my phone when I get up. I just get up and go to the bathroom, give myself a second to kind of wake up to the world, and then I'll grab my phone. And I'm trying to get to where I'm not even looking at my phone. Like I want to get away from that.
that's a podcast in the morning.
But yeah, I think
I do know TVs in bedrooms. They've. I think there's some studies. I'll have to look into it. But I believe there was some studies that they said TVs being in a bedroom has actually brought in the sleep. What do you call it?
the amount of sleep people are getting.
Amount of sleep because people are leaving TVs on.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, I can't sleep without a TV." It's like, Yeah, but you're not sleeping with the TV in your room now.
But I can tell you, before moving in here, we used to have a TV in our bedroom, and Betty would be like, I can't go to sleep unless I have a TV, and that was the excuse that she had. And I think that's definitely, a lot of people like that. They like that background noise. And when Betty would listen to it, it was pretty low. It wasn't like blaring out loud. I know a lot of people listen to music when they go to sleep. I remember as a kid, I did that. I used to listen to music.
We have an Amazon Echo, and we listen to crickets.
Nice. But for me, though, it's for me I think I bring a lot of it to when I had a lot of irons in the fire, when I was doing a lot of things, I had to like train my brain to just turn off, because if I didn't, I was never gonna sleep. And I was already sleeping like 4 and 5 hours every single day. That I just knew I had to turn it off. So yeah, but I like that. It's a funny joke.
It was funny.
Like good.
I said that to the lady, and she's like, absolutely.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I used to drink pop like an hour or two before bed.
I wonder how many other people have that. When you're watching this later on, you catch that little snippet there. Leave a comment and tell us if you experienced that.
The one thing, so when people watch this, when they get up in the morning, this could be the very first thing they watch.
If you want to see 3 dudes with bellies in the morning, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Subscribe and like the page.
Yes. All right. So next one. This one is really cool.
All right.
So in Michigan, a jewelry store. Because of the pandemic that's going on, this is becoming a thing with a lot of small businesses.
Yeah.
That there's not enough customers coming in to buy their products. So this business called J&M Jewelries in Michigan, because of everything that's going on, they're shutting their business down. They actually created a treasure hunt through Detroit all the way up through the Upper Peninsula that is $1 million worth of jewelry, coins, what else did they have? Gold and silver. And you pay $49 to be able to go do this treasure hunt. And they were talking to the guy and stuff, and he's like, yeah, this is something we want to do. We want to go out in a bang. And we felt that we wanted to give back to the community in some aspects, and why not do it this way? And I'm kind of like, that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm thinking what we should do is find that link to wherever you found and put it in the comment section.
Yeah, definitely. I was like, that is so cool.
So this business goes, COVID hurts them, and they were probably already kind of feeling a lot of pain right now, because things I have heard. Who's watching now? Oh, one of our neighbors, Colleen. So, what's going on, Colleen?
Colleen,
we see you watching us. One of the things I had through a lot of the podcasting that I do watch, they talk about the diamond industry, how much there's a lot of controversy about it, but they talk about how much that business is. There is a lot of hurting there, and definitely when you put a pandemic in perspective, that's another item that's not really essential. And then you look at all the weddings that are getting postponed or engagements, who knows? I can tell you right now, not trying to go down a dark hole here, but COVID-19 opened the door. Either you love the person that you're with or hate, because you spent 3 months at probably a maximum of doing nothing but seeing that person's face every day. So, yeah, I wonder how many engagements went, hell no, and not go in that direction. I don't know. But so this place goes out of business, and they have a treasure hunt of millions of dollars, $1 million worth of
jewelry,
goods.
coins, silver, and gold.
A treasure hunt, man. That's cool.
It's almost like geocaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if anybody knows what geocaching is. It's
So it is.
So geocaching, you use
Thanks, Elena, for the link there.
So you do a GPS coordinates, and it's an app you get on your phone. There was actually stories about this here in Fort Wayne, about where people thought it was an actual bomb, and it was an actual geocache.
Oh, yes, I remember that. Yes.
So it was up on Lima Road, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it has a secret way that you have to open it to get it to open.
So you can locate them, and people put stuff on them. I've heard stories where people have had military patches that they put in there, and you can put coins and other things. The coolest one I've ever found was about this big, and it had a magnet, and the dude painted it like rust, and he had it on a piece of metal that was rusted. And when you open it up, it was this long piece of paper, and it had people's names. And there was people from Michigan, and passing through. And there was like there was another thing that talked about the history of the location of where it was and stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I never did the geocaching.
They're in Fort Wayne.
I wonder if it would be. I could see eventually a treasure hunt map being created that people have found, and I mean, like you got to know that somebody knows where all this is.
Well, yeah.
So at some point, you got to hope that they have a message that says, call this number if you found this, so that way they know that the item is covered. But you can probably go years without this stuff being found.
And that's true. I mean, there's a lot of historical stuff now where this guy hid a bunch of stuff, and people are still trying to locate it, 20, 30 years later.
That's crazy.
Like, he died.
That's like time capsule stuff there. I mean, I would hope that, like, if people weren't able to find all these gold, like the jewelry and stuff, that they could actually, left a card or something so they knew that this business did this.
Yeah.
Because you gotta believe some of that stuff.
I did post a link for you guys. There's an app you can actually download on your phone, and it'll give you the exact coordinates and all that fun stuff for you guys.
Yeah, I never did that. I know friends that do that, though.
It's a fun thing.
Yes, just to let you guys know, I did use Google. I know.
I mean, if this goes far, we should make a shirt that says "Hey Google" and has my space on it.
Yeah, you should. I almost dropped that.
That was close.
He would be the one who started it. I haven't dropped it yet.
Yeah, he's done pretty good.
That would make it off for sure.
Yeah. Hey Google, and it'd be his face.
I was still thinking of actually going, but I'm single here. Yeah, and then okay.
Wow.
Little bird shirt.
Again, I guess.
I was talking about a shirt to walk around though. Walk through the mall.
But the malls aren't open.
How many
malls
people?
aren't open.
The mall is open.
Oh, is it open now?
Yeah, the mall is
There's a
open.
bunch of grannies walking around doing their walk.
Younger.
Younger,
There's younger women. There's actually ladies out there too.
Yeah.
They walk through the mall because that's where majority of the time you can actually go socialize now. You can't go to bars. Well, there's some bars that are open. But there's a lot of only places you go to. Like some people had their family get together to go to the movies. Well, now it's let's go walk around the mall or walk around the parks and stuff now.
So,
as you know, the crazy part is, ever since this whole thing has ever started, I actually saw more people walk around the neighborhood than I ever did in my life when I worked there or lived there.
nice.
Lived there for 3 years, and all of a sudden it was like everybody's walking around the neighborhood. It's like wow.
I was listening to a podcast. They were talking about the comedians. Some of these comedians are now doing drive-through movie theaters, and they're doing their comedy there. So they have like everybody like a drive-in movie theater kind of experience, and they sit in their cars and be social distance and doing a whole comedy gig and everything. Because right now, like all the comedy stores, all these places are off. You cannot go to them. And
Were they wearing their masks in the car too?
I don't know about that.
I don't get why people do that.
I don't either. Every time when I'm driving.
Forget.
All right, so I drive, just so you guys know, I drive everywhere on Fort Wayne. So that's what I do for my job. Everywhere I drive around, everybody is wearing their masks. And they're the only one in the car.
I mean,
And I know I see on
Facebook,
Facebook,
you're like,
Facebook people are like, why do you have your mask on? You're the only one in the car.
If you're a taxi or a Uber,
I
or
can
Lyft,
see that.
Yes.
but maybe they are, and we just don't see a passenger at that time. And they forget to take it off. I tell you what,
I just think it's kind of goofy. Because when you're seeing someone driving,
This is something.
I have one with the Riddler on it. Says, Google me this, Google me that. Oh crap. What Mike wants now.
Nice.
That would be an awesome shirt.
Nice.
So, you remember like back in the day when you remember back when people would take their wife's garter belt?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Garter belt? Garter?
Is it garter
I
belt?
think it's G-A-R-A-T.
Like the word that goes on the thigh, you're supposed to pull out your leg.
Oh.
So like they put those under their mirrors.
Yeah.
Well, now everybody's putting their masks. It's like it's a new fashion statement.
I tell you what.
I don't know if it's a fashion thing. I think it's just easier to.
Dude, have you seen some of these masks that are being made?
I'm telling you.
I know.
They're pretty amazing.
Yeah, there's some.
There's some crazy ones.
There's some good ones. Like I ordered a mask for work because they're being a lot more. We're being a lot more concerned about everybody wearing masks.
Replacing fuzzy dice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're replacing fuzzy dice.
So like when I was digging around looking for one that I wanted to get, and I found the one I wanted, but I did find some comical ones that I wanted. And one of them was like a guy smoking a cigar. There's like ladies ones that make it look like a man's face smoking a cigar. Yeah, the V Vendetta one. I think the coolest ones are the kids ones because the kids ones have them look like they're animals.
Yeah,
animals and stuff.
Like dogs and bears and whatever. But Betty's been looking at getting. I can't imagine being a kid growing up with this right now. Like
I know.
Like just the looking at a mask all the time from your teacher. I mean, just back then we wouldn't tolerate that. We would just laugh. We would joke and give you so much crap. I mean, oh man.
Yep.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, the only thing I hate about is for the job that I do is that we have to wear a mask. It's required for our work, and if I can go outside, which I do, but majority of the time, customers want to walk with us. Trust me, we don't want you guys walking with us because that is our time to take our mask off and get fresh air and breathe. But yeah, we're required to wear it all the time. It's kind of, to us, it's a kind of a nuisance, but it is what it is. Especially when it's like 110, humidity outside, and we have to wear a mask. So if you guys never done it before, when it's 110 outside, wear your mask for about 5 minutes. Just stand there, and you'll see what it feels like because it sucks.
Alaska firefighter.
Yeah.
I mean, their temperature's a lot hotter.
Yeah, true. But they're more trained to do it. This is basically, hey, guess what? We're doing this right now. So we would never, none of us was trained to be wearing a mask over our face all the time. Especially when it's hot. It's hot. And when you're running back and forth and climbing the ladder up and down.
You know what you should do when you're not working? You should wear a mask and go run. You should push up some stuff.
Yeah.
You should exercise with the mask. You should be one with the mask.
Yes.
Instead of having a shirt saying that you're single, you'd be married to your mask.
Yes, that is true.
It'd be good. I think that would be a really good outfit. But well, that was a good rant. I think Mike having the last rant of the day is like really good as long as he doesn't use the F word.
I didn't use it.
It's a good word.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a good word. When I video game, I use it a lot. Sometimes my fists make the F word on my desk. But I think we're a little over an hour. I think an hour is a pretty good long podcast for the first one. And I think if you have any advice, any comments, any criticism, it's very much welcome. And any kind of topic that you think next week we should chat about or want to talk about or want to see us talk about or give advice on. Like I said, computers, marketing, photography, racing stuff is my cup of tea. What are you?
Not really sure yet.
What are you into? The things that you're into, that you do, that you know.
Home
improvement.
Home improvement stuff, landscaping.
Yeah.
You want to talk about hunting?
Hunting.
I mean, I've done it for a long time. So.
Yeah, and then you is.
Pretty much I'm everywhere.
But PCs.
PC, computers,
yeah, cool.
TVs, and all that fun
so
stuff.
if you got some
Done
topics,
home improvement stuff.
yeah, you got some so proud, he says. Awesome. Yeah, man. So yeah, if you guys have things like that as you watch this, let us know.
Definitely leave in the comments if you have anything of a topic. We like to have some topics.
Yeah, very cool. And
That'll
we'll
help
find
us out. But we're going to look some up, but it'd just be nice to have some comments on it.
So, last thing that's very important, thank you to all our men and women in the service.
Yeah.
Everything you do, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing right now. So.
Yeah, I think that goes with, not even just military. Like anybody that's working.
Anything of a service. We can just leave it to service.
I mean, teachers,
covers
your medical, your military, your cops. Just thanks for being an awesome human being and taking care of people out there. It's definitely super important.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, with that, we're going to end it. We appreciate you checking out Massey Bros Experience. Or, hold on a second.
I told you to write it down. Didn't I say write it down?
No. We don't have to write it down.
I told you to write it down, though.
I know, but we haven't.
I told you we were going to go through a whole hour of this, and you guys forgot the phrase at the end of this.
No, we
thing.
didn't forget the phrase. I was
Really?
thinking of how to finish the phrase.
Yes, and we said that. We spent 30 minutes downstairs eating the food. How are we going to end this show? And you guys, I told you.
Could you
write
imagine playing a video game
Write
with
it
this
down.
guy?
Write it
This
down.
is what it's like with a video game. It's like, what? Yeah, all the time.
I did say write it down, though.
All right. So with that being said,
That being said,
embrace the experience.
yes.
Embrace the experience.
Embrace the experience. Goodbye.